As always, I'm chaotic in filming anything. Should have set this up earlier. But I am about to leave the house to go and meet an awesome human in Bath, and we are going to go book shopping and see Leigh Bardugo. I will try and film as much as possible today, but honestly, I am pretty awkward at filming and talking in public, so it is definitely going to be a film and voiceover from here in. But I am super nervous but super excited. I've known Rachel online since I started on BookTok and Bookstagram, and is honestly the sweetest human ever, and I cannot wait to meet her. But the way that my brain works, I'm anxious, I'm a little bit scared, but I am so ready to go to the most beautiful city of Bath, do some book shopping, and probably film things really awkwardly. So come along with me. Train number 2. And on to train number 3, which I couldn't film on because there were 2 women next to me who did not stop talking. The first thing that greets me when I get to Bath is a Leigh Bardugo poster. I had a little bit of time before I needed to go back and meet Rachel, so enjoy this little trip around Bath. The thing that I love the most is the corners, the hidden places, the little gems that make you stop and ponder. Obviously was not expecting rain, did not bring a coat. I cannot stop thinking about this cup of coffee. It was so good. So far I have lumbered around Bath, got soaked, and now I'm waiting for Rachel before we go and do hopefully some book shopping, and then we've got the Leigh Bardugo event tonight. I am by a really unattractive wall because I'm not very good at filming in public. It's quite quiet around here. Everywhere else is really busy in Bath today. Just another alleyway that I was absolutely obsessed with. And then we hit up Toppings. And then on to Waterstones, which looks really small, but as you go in it just goes on and deeper and deeper. We then popped into Persephone Books, which is the most beautiful bookshop. They specialise in publishing and reprinting books mainly by women authors from the early 20th century. On this occasion, I was really well behaved, although there was a book that I had my eye on and I may have to get it off the website. After grabbing something to eat, it was finally time to go to see Leigh Bardugo at St Swithin's Church. St Swithin's Church actually has quite a literary history. Jane Austen's parents were married at St Swithin's, and sadly Jane Austen's brother is buried at St Swithin's. How breathtaking is this venue for a book event?
Leigh Bardugo. I got to warn all of you, I'm a little punchy. The jet lag is not going.
Leigh Bardugo was utterly wonderful. I left that event on such a high, such an inspirational human. I almost felt like I possibly could write a book, possibly. Check out that alleyway. Obviously, I had to stop and look at that. We finished off the evening with a quick promenade along Pulteney Bridge. It was built in 1770 and is one of only 3 bridges lined with shops in the entire world. It's pretty beautiful. And then it was time to say goodbye. I'm back at home in my comfies and I had so much fun in Bath. The Leigh Bardugo event was fantastic. Massive kudos to Mr. B's Emporium. They managed that event so well. I've been to quite a few book events and they were slick in getting through the signing. It was really calm as well. There was no, are we going to get through this? It was done in plenty of time. Leigh Bardugo was just absolutely wonderful to listen to and I loved the format. There was a box of questions. Before we went in, someone came round and asked if we wanted to put a question in, and myself and Rachel, we did not think it was going to be read out, but our question was, what is your go-to breakfast before a book event? Fair play to Leigh Bardugo. They answered that really honestly. They are not a breakfast person. But it was just such a lovely format and the questions that came out were really interesting. And I also loved how open and honest Leigh Bardugo was about their experiences. I did not know that they did not publish until they were 37. I would not have guessed that. It was a fantastic day. I am now aching, my feet hurt, but it was so worth it. One of the great things about the book community is that the people in it are so lovely, and I got to meet someone that I have spoken to continuously for the entire time that I've been on Bookstagram and on BookTok, and it was so lovely to meet Rachel in person, and I've got to say she's even sweeter in real life than she is online. It was a great day. We got lost, we laughed, we ate good food, and I got to see one of my favourite authors and share that experience with Rachel. It was fab. We also did do some book shopping. I have a little haul to go through with you. If you follow me on TikTok or if you follow me on Bookstagram, I have been on a book buying ban for quite some time. I do use girl math quite a lot to provide myself with loopholes, but overall I'm pretty good, so points don't count. Book tokens or book vouchers don't count. However, I blew my book buying ban yesterday. We went to Toppings and I had total brain overwhelm and I just paid with my Monzo. I'm glad I did, because in Toppings they have a blind date with a book. So there is a description on the front of what you're going to get. I think this month's theme, or the theme that was there at the moment, was folk, nature, something like that I chose, and there will be spoilers. So if you do intend to go into Toppings in Bath, pretend I didn't say this, or they did tell me when I bought it that there was a spoiler on the receipt, and I did have a look because Rachel thought that she may have read it and I thought, oh, have I read it? Turns out I had not read it. Let me just read you the blurb. You are living on the edge of a very bad wood. In this fantasy novel, a woman is stolen from her home by a wizard as payment to keep the violent forest at bay. I was sold already. But everything is not what it seems. Magic comes from different places, dragons can be kinder than their legends, and evil can wear our dearest faces. The trees are not your friends in this romantic fantasy, and while the forest is quiet during winter, spring is just around the corner. It also has the themes on there, which are fantasy, romance, adventure, fairy tale and mystery. So I was really in anyway, but when I did look at the spoiler, it was Uprooted by Naomi Novik. And this is a book that I have wanted for quite some time. Quite a few of my mutuals have read it, so I was really, really chuffed that I was drawn to it, and this was the book that I got. So that was a win. So that was Toppings. We went to Waterstones then, and I wanted to treat myself to a cloth-bound classic. I have just started collecting them. I was a bit indecisive, but I settled on Dracula. I absolutely love a cloth-bound classic. The other one which I was tempted by was like a Grimm's fairy tale one, which is edited by Philip Pullman. It's really gorgeous green with apples and eyes, and I was sold. I probably will get it. I went for Dracula. It's a solid love in my life. So this is my second cloth-bound classic. I previously bought Wuthering Heights, which is one of my all-time favourite books. This collection is definitely going to grow. We then went downstairs, and if you haven't been to the Waterstones, on face value it looks like quite a small store. It just goes on and on and on and goes deeper, and it's massive. I've seen this everywhere. It's by Andy Darcy Theo. I followed Andy Darcy Theo on TikTok for quite a while. Really excited to get to this. It's got beautiful blue sprayed edges, it's elementals, and it's the first in a series. I've heard great things, so I am excited. I also grabbed XOXO. This was on my list to get. The other books that were on my list I did not get. I did deviate, but this was on my list because I was very kindly recently gifted ASAP by Harper 360. I believe you can read both of them as standalones, but they are in the same world. This is K-pop, K-drama, and I know my oldest human is obsessed with those things, so we will definitely be sharing these books. This is by Axio, and I really love the covers on these. I think they're gorgeous. As part of the Leigh Bardugo event, you had the option to have ticket only or book and a ticket, and I'm glad I did go for the book and ticket because I had this little bit of a panic that it was just going to be a standard edition. I already do have the Waterstones special edition, which has got beautiful edges. It's got gorgeous end papers with pomegranates and gold foiling, and the naked cover has got a bottle with a scorpion. But we did not get the standard edition. We got the indie exclusive. It's got the same cover, the black sprayed edges, which I think is a vibe. I think it is very fitting for this book. Scorpion down here, but then on the Waterstones one you have a bottle with a scorpion in it. This one got a rose, I believe it's a rose anyway, I might be totally wrong, with the scorpion on it. And this one I got signed as well. That's it for now. If you did enjoy that, please do subscribe, drop me some comments, like this. I'm new to this and that is never ever going to feel not awkward saying like, comment, subscribe. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon.